everybody? It is Codebreaker146 here once again to simply entertain you in any way, shape, or form that I can. And of course, everybody's going to be going and screaming on the comment section below, "You ripped off Wrestling Gurus. You ripped them off, and you seriously took their idea and ran with it." Well, basically, I somewhat did, but again, it's different. I'm doing different topics. I'm not just because everybody builds a chair doesn't mean they owe money to anybody else that's built a chair. I can still do the same format video, just like everybody does DVD reviews. So it's not really the same before anybody starts, disliking my video due to that fact. But I'm pretty sure I get a couple dislikes due to my opinions that'll be shown, or in this video. Basically, who's better, Chris Jericho versus The Rock? Let's go ahead and jump into it. I think we're going to go ahead and start off the better debut. I give this to Chris Jericho because Rocky Maivia, in Madison Square Garden, Survivor Series 1996, he debuted, which really wasn't monumental. Chris Jericho in 1999, August 8th, I believe, dueled with The Rock, which is pretty ironic due to the fact that this is the kind of topical video, and they also feuded in 2001. But I think it was a pretty better debut, although they didn't know exactly what to do with Chris Jericho at that time in August of 1999. After he just came from WCW, basically. I think that it was pretty cool to see Chris Jericho there battling with The Rock, and he was basically a made man with the countdown to the new millennium, because it was 1999, and they were going to jump into the 2000. But, they had that, and then we dueled with The Rock. I mean, basically, he was made man. He just debuted with The Rock. I mean, that's monumental for your career. If I was wrestling, and The Rock was, doing a promo talking about his career, and then I was able to debut, I think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be monumental for my career. Anyway, so Chris Jericho has 1 point. Better title reigns, The Rock, I believe. Chris Jericho had some good World Heavyweight and WWF Championship reigns. I mean, he was the undisputed champion. Really didn't do much except in 2002. 2001, he had a WCW title reign, No Mercy. Then, but gave it back basically to The Rock once again. And, it just kind of jumped ship around with the WCW and the WWF title, a little bit in 2001 and stuff like that. So Jericho really didn't have a huge title reign unless you talk about, 2008. After 2001, he didn't do much. I mean, 2002 didn't really do much. He came with the greatest of all time kind of thing. 2003, just the highlight of the night with Christian and stuff like that. 2004, didn't do anything at all, I believe, just feuded in the mid-card. And then 2005 left, came back, only held the title in 2008 and a little bit of 2010. He didn't really have any monumental title runs, but with The Rock, he had a couple in 2000 and in 1999 and 1998 with the Corporation, of course. The People's Champion, the Brahma Bull. Him in 2002 winning it from Taker in a triple threat match at Vengeance. And so there's a lot of better title reigns that The Rock had better than Chris Jericho. Better entrance, I think that Chris Jericho is better than The Rock. Don't get me wrong, The Rock has really cool entrances. His 2003 entrance with The Rock, cooking in the streets of Seattle and different things, the highway up. I mean, it's pretty cool with the helicopter and all that kind of cool stuff. And do you smell what The Rock is cooking? The Nation of Domination theme with The Rock. And I know my mind and brain and my mouth is moving fast, but I think Chris Jericho had a better entrance due to the fact that it was some sort of, I liked his it showing a Titantron is then it just be going to Manhattan in the city with the bright lights, and a girl pops up doing this, and then it says Jericho, and then he breaks out, comes in, and then does, I don't even think I have enough room, I just open the door, does this or whatever, and then, and it does, in 2003, it was through a maze, and then the ball was going, and then the pyro exploded, come on, and then it just started going into the Chris Jericho theme. I think Chris Jericho had a better, so basically, Chris Jericho 2, Rock 1. Better nickname, I think I would go with this one to The Rock. Y2J is a great nickname, don't get me wrong. The Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, the highlight of the night, Chris Jericho. But I think the Brahma Bull, the Brahma Bull was, but the Great One was a little bit better. I think The Rock was just a little bit better with his nicknames and stuff like that. So Rock 2, Chris Jericho 2. Better wrestler, Chris Jericho, to me, I think he's a better wrestler technically wise. I think don't get me wrong, The Rock can pull off a 5-star match at the drop of a hat when it comes to different matches. But sometimes I just think Chris Jericho is more of a better performer and a better wrestler. And I just like Chris Jericho a little bit more than The Rock in the ring. So we're gonna go ahead and give that Chris Jericho 3, The Rock 2. Better or bigger draw. I'm gonna go ahead and give that one to The Rock because The Rock drew a lot of money in the year 2000 with Triple H and 2001. Just carried the company a lot when Stone Cold Steve Austin was gone. I just think The Rock was a bigger, better draw. Chris Jericho drew I don't even think he really drew any much money. You know, he didn't, like, you wouldn't see him on a pay-per-view and say, I'm buying it right now just because Chris Jericho's on it. And normally a lot of people would just because they're big internet marks. But, like, I think The Rock is just the better draw. Fan support, I would go with The Rock. I mean, Chris Jericho had the Jerichoholics, but The Rock just had more, he has a better fan support, bigger fan base, the millions and millions. You know, The Rock, I just think has a better and bigger fan draw. Let's see, we have The Rock 4 and Chris Jericho 3, I believe. Better ring attire. I think that I'm gonna give this one Chris Jericho. Rock had the simple, you know, trunks basically with a bull on the back over, just said The Rock or whatever. Chris Jericho, you know, he had different tights and stuff like that. And I know this is kind of gay for me to look at people and go, oh, that's pretty. That's very pretty. The fashion is just beautiful. But I just think that The Rock just didn't have Chris Jericho's kind of fan attire, the better attire basically. Better matches, so now I think it's 4-4. Better matches, I would go with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho was just, again, like, he's a better performer than The Rock, I believe. But then again, The Rock is another great wrestler. But I just think that, you know, Jericho's a better wrestler. The Rock, better, let's see, better finisher between The Rock. The Rock had the people's elbow. He had the rock bottom. You know, he had the sharpshooter, the spine buster. But I think that Chris Jericho got a better one. The Codebreaker was something he adopted in, like, I believe 2007. Chris Jericho had the lion salt and stuff like that, and, you know, the elbow right here when he's jumping off the ropes and stuff like that. You know, Chris Jericho, but the lion tamers are just a awesome finisher. I mean, a Boston Crab or a Boston Crab basically isn't really much. I mean, it's not that painful. Like, if somebody put me in the Boston Crab, like, a different way, like, it's not that painful. But if you have a lion tamer and you're putting your knee in their neck, and you have your legs, like, bent back where your spinal cord is going to be, that's going to that's got to hurt, you know what I'm saying? But it's more believable as a finisher. I think Jericho, I give that one to him. Bigger impact on the business, I think The Rock, just because he is The Rock. I mean, he's had a bigger impact, dude, with movies and different things like that. I can go into all this all day, but I'm trying to keep this under 10 minutes, so The Rock, I just give him better, what's best for business. Okay. Anyway, I want Triple H on you for a second. Better on the mic, The Rock. I think that The Rock was just awesome on the mic. I mean, he called people jabronis, had his own little catchphrase. And Jericho, don't get me wrong, he's a great guy, great person on the mic. But I just think The Rock's a little bit better. I mean, just The Rock had more charisma as well. And the next category is more charisma, and that is The Rock. So The Rock basically wins 7-6. So anyway, Rock is better than Chris Jericho, it seems. So thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked this video, give it a like rating. If you did not like this video, well, whatever. Please comment in the comment section below. I love to interact with you guys. And subscribe to Wrestling Guru Society and me. Peace.